Hi everyone, I'm the plant propagator and welcome to my channel. I'm sorry about the fan noise here, but I'm at Palmer Orchids in Bradenton, Florida. And I've been here for 4 hours already and I'm not done. I did pick out the few orchids that I wanted, but I looked at almost everything and I'm just beat. It was amazing. But I'm so overwhelmed with all of the different orchids that I looked at and what I saw and what's available and the prices and everything. I'm here in the Vanda house. I'm picking up no Vandas. It's not the main thing that I grow, but it's one of the many things that Palmer is known for. I spent the whole morning, and we're going to look at this in a little more detail in a little while. I spent the whole morning in the Cattleya house. And so that's what I'm going to go back in. There are, oh my God, there are so many plants, so many seedlings. There's a few that I'm going to highlight for you, but you know, to be honest, I think I might have a hard time finding them just because there's so much here. There are seedlings everywhere, mature plants. This is an amazing place. I spent most of the time this morning talking with Tristan of Ingrid's Orchids and More, Ingram's Orchids and More, and I spent a little time talking with Ashley and Jake as well. Robert is not here today, but you know, they're busy. A lot of people coming in here buying lots of plants. It's been an amazing and busy morning, and I'm gonna hopefully keep the energy up and show you some of the plants in the Cattleya house. Here, I'm in the Vanda house, and that's where the fans are going. It's really moist in here. They irrigate, water these plants a lot. That's what I got in front of me here with the roots. I think you can see the roots on the plants that are above me. I love the deal table here. These are the top parts of some of the Vanda plants, and they're selling these. I think these are 35. Yeah, these are 35 each. I should also say that they just finished their sale, which was earlier, so they're recovering from that. But there are so many plants here. It's amazing, and there's plants that are on sale. Is one of these cuttings for 35. I think 3 for 90 is what they still have on for a sale. But just lots of plants, reasonably priced. I don't have room for them, but I just love coming here. Anyway, what I want to do is we'll move to the Cattleya house, which is where most of the people are. It'll be a little quieter. I'll get behind the camera, and I want to show you as best as I can some of the plants that they have. So there's Cattleyas, dens. I think there's lots of other, there's phals in there, there's lots of other plants in there, but there's mostly, and what I focused on when I came, are the Cattleyas. So we're going to take a little bit more of a look at that. They have, I think more than most people, they have a lot of seedlings. So they have different hybrids that they've generated, many of which haven't yet flowered, so you get a lot of variability, which I like, that you're going to see in these plants. So it is, so you see a variety of different things. Jake just turned the fans off. Don't have to yell anymore. So you're going to see from the seedlings, you're going to see a little more variety depending on what comes in from the parents. But you're also going to see, but they also have clones. So you're going to see, there's lots of clones that I haven't really seen at too many other places that are available again for a reasonable price. So, all right, so, and I don't know how long this is going to take. I'm going to try to squeeze this into one video, and I know when I make these videos, when I visit the growers, and this is one of the biggest growers that I visit, I go through things quickly. So I may split this into two. We'll just see how it goes and see how long it takes. So, welcome to Palmer Orchids. I'm going to get behind the camera and show you as much as I can remember. Okay, and we're back. So this is the main entrance to Palmer Orchids. So you walk in here, and you know, they bring a lot of the flowering plants to the front here. But if you take, and you do have areas that are kind of chained off that unfortunately I can't show you. Now I did get back here and see some of the plants that were behind the area, and I went into the stud house with Tristan, so I was able to get back in there. And it's interesting, as you go back in there, the last time I was here, Robert allowed me to harvest some pollinia from those plants, and some of those plants, I remember them. Some of those just look amazing, and I remember those plants and the flowers that were in the stud house. But we're not going to go visit there today. But what you can see again as we look through here is at the main entrance, there's just a lot of really nice orchids that they put out for display. The people here, they're really nice. I'm getting some fragrance from something. They're really nice, and they really do know how to grow orchids. So they can sell you some nice orchids. They can give you certainly give you advice on how to grow them. But we're going to just go through here and see some of these things, and we're going to get a little bit of I think some fan noise as we walk through here, and that's fine. Ooh, there's a Lutemonana. They know how to grow these too. So there's some here, there's some in other places. But they have all of the nice flowering plants on the ends of the rows. And then if you look back in the rows themselves, as you can see here, there's not a whole lot, but not a whole lot flowering. There's a ton of orchids back here. And I don't know if you can get I think, as we look back through here, there's probably about 10 rows on both sides. And so you go through here and you look at the orchids that they have, and you say, okay, I'm going to remember this. There's a plant I like. I'm going to go back and look at it. And that just really isn't a good thing to do, because you're going to forget where you were. Tristan was showing me a lot of different orchids here, and I couldn't find them again. I went through, and it's like, so he helped me, and that's what they'll do. They'll help you out. But let's take a look down a couple of the rows here, so you can kind of see how things are laid out. Like I said, what they have is a combination of seedlings and clones. So in this area, and this is the only flowers that we see, so this is Starfire times Paradise Rose. And I would assume this might be a seedling that they generated. So they make their own crosses. Occasionally you go through here and see flags on plants where crosses were made. But I do remember seeing Paradise Rose in the stud house, and I have some pollinia from, I think, the plant that's on the right. So these are seedlings, and I would assume they're internal. I didn't ask, but this is probably what they are. And then we have this next is another seedling across between Melody Fair and Bonanza Queen. And just so you can see, we'll take a look at some of these plants. Again, what you go through here, and you look for general vigor, you look for optimal root growth, and you certainly have a lot of that here. But the price on these seedlings these are nice sized plant for $25. Now the thing is, with the seedlings, you don't know what you're going to get for sure, because they are seedlings. But that's kind of the fun of it, I guess. The next thing here is there they are next to it. So here is a Cattleya violacea Big Jane that, as you can see from the letters at the bottom, I'm sorry, I'm cutting off the flower. This is a clone. So they do their own cloning. But here's all the plants, and here's a flower on this Cattleya, on this violacea plant. And again, this is Big Jane. I would assume this is an awarded plant. The plants themselves are right here in this location, and it is a clone of an awarded plant, so the price has gone up just a little bit on this guy. So this is $50. There's one here, and that was a nicer plant. There's another plant right here that's only $35. So it's kind of based on how the plants look and what they're you know, what you're getting out of it. Another, we've got a Violaceae, a cross between a cerulean. I think these are some samples of what the flowers look like on these plants. These plants are just beautiful. They're really nice. And again, the seedlings here, when I'm looking at the price tag and the label, these seedlings are $25, so it's a really reasonable price. It's a little bit of a risk because you don't know exactly what you're getting with these seedlings, but again, I think that's part of the fun of it. Here is a really interesting cross. I think more people should make crosses like this. So this is Dennis Olivas times guess what. So this is a really bit of a broad cross, and we'll see what they get out of this. What we have a lot of on the left side of the bench here is a yellow why not, and these are seedlings. So these are even though they're seedlings, my understanding is that this is from these are seedlings, but they're from Roy Tokunaga at H&R, and the seedlings are very consistent and they're reliable, and they actually look like they're clones. If you look at a whole bunch of them, they look like they're clones, but they're not. So anyway, that is why not, and the why nots go all the way down here. Okay, and let's go down into the next row and see what we find. And again, I'm not going to have time to look at everything here, but we'll take a look at what we can and we'll move forward with this. And I got to show you this because this is what I bought. I bought one of these. I put it in my cart. These are Cattleya, I gotta look, Maxima. And so these are nice seedlings. This is a self of Cattleya Maxima. My understanding is that these were treated with oryzolin, which means that they have the potential to be tetraploid, which means you're going to get a little bit more of a little nicer, vigorous flower out of this. So this is one of only 2 plants that I picked up on this visit because I really like the look of Cattleya Maxima, and then it is it was treated, so it potentially is going to be a tetraploid. So as we go through here, let's take a look at some of these. So this is over here, Toshi Aoki. I didn't buy, and this is a clone of Toshi Aoki, and I didn't buy one of these because I got it at a previous during a previous visit, and we are at Palmer Orchids. So this is RTH Elizabeth Palmer. It's a clone. Plenty of these here. Now this is interesting. I don't know what this means. I should have asked them. This is Amazing Thailand, assorted clones. So I don't know if that means that these are different seedlings, whether the cross was remade. So I have Rainbow is the cultivar that I have. So again, I'm not really sure where that all came from, but you can see as we go through here the number of plants that they have, and they're pretty clearly marked with, I think this might be, I think this is Robert's granddaughter, Olive. So this is Olive Palmer, which is Ashley and Jake's daughter, and that's theirs. This is another one that I actually have here, so I didn't need to buy it. This is Kyla Kobayashi that I bought here. So this is a really nice orchid. Mine has bloomed. It gave me a little bit of a different flower from what I see here, and I'm not sure why. Okay, Den's right here again. The flower, you see the splash of color at the end of the rows because that's where they put all the flowering plants. I'm going to go down the next row, I think, because there's something there. Again, I get lost. There may be something here that I want to see, but I don't remember. Okay, so here there are Schilleriana, and these are seedlings. So right here, sometimes I struggle a little bit with these, but you can take a look at this Schilleriana seedling that right here I think you can see the bloom spike coming out on this, and then again if we go over here, more bloom spikes. So again, they really know how to grow their orchids. A lot of Schillerianas right here. There's a red why not here. All these are red why nots, and we saw the yellow why nots before. This is candy corn, and these are seedlings on a remake of candy corn. So there's a number, and I have candy corn, but I think I have a clone. I have a named clone. So as we move down here, these are all candy corns. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of them. Okay, moving down, I think again, I'm lost. There's so many. Now I think it's the next row. So again, this gives you an idea. Sorry about the wind, and I'm right by the fan, and we'll get around it soon, but you know, you can take a look at all these. There's so much to choose from. And I did check while I'm here, as far as the potting mix, to ask what they put in here. And it's Orchiata bark, it is leca, there is some, I think the big chunk perlite that's in there, and charcoal, and that's what they use in their potting mix. And I think they use that pretty much for everything. So as we go through and take a look at it, you can see that's what it's in. And these plants that are doing so well, that's what they're growing. And again, you look down, one of the things they do, look at the plant, and you see the root growth, and more importantly here, the new pseudobulb that's coming out right there. But that's what you kind of look for as I find these plants. Okay, so as I'm looking through here, all right, I think I'm finding, yeah, here I'm finally finding what I'm looking for. So this plant, this group of seedlings right here, when you look at the tag, and the tag is right here, when you go to the bottom of the tag, and you can see right in the middle of the tag, JF, that means that's from me. So those are my initials, and this is one of my hybrids that they're producing at Palmer Orchids and this is available for $25. This is not flowered yet. They're going to get theirs to flower before I get any of mine to flower. Some of these are big. I mean, you look at, I think this is Sheer Happiness right here. So this is a big plant. So this is a cross. This is Momolani Rainbow times Orglade Discovery, and this plant I think will bloom next year. Momolani Rainbow, mine are blooming right now, or just finishing their bloom. So these are probably, all these that are Sheer Happiness, that again is named after named after a couple named Sheer. But some of these plants, again, this is my hybrid, and I'm just so honored that they're growing them and they're for sale here. But look at this nice plant, only $25. Oh my gosh, such a deal. Anyway, that's some of my, and I saw, so we went around here and I looked, and I was able to find some of my hybrids here, but I lost them. They're kind of intermingled in the shelves somewhere on this, and I don't know where they all are, to be honest with you. I think I might have just walked past some of them that I had. Oh, look at these are beautiful. So this is, is that? Oh, I thought this is really cool, and I didn't see this before, but it lists it as a Schilleriani times a Cordigera, Encyclia Cordigera. All right, so that's a nice big plant. Again, look at the root systems growing on. The flowers are nice, but then you look at the root systems, and it looks pretty awesome. Okay, as we're moving on a little bit here, I'm not sure if there's anywhere else. Do we want to go down this row? Oh my gosh, I don't think I do. And I'm just so overwhelmed with what they have. Again, just lots of different. I'm just going to pick an open row and go down it and see where we end up. So this is a clone of Lohr's Ziegfeld. Again, there's none blooming. These are relatively small plants. It still may be a little while before they bloom. Here is a clone of Rosemary Callow, and there's a few of these that are here. So, you know, and again, these are, I mean, so I gotta stop here because, yeah, that's what you want. That's what you look for. And right next to that tag, you know, $35, so reasonably priced small plant. Here is a Cattleya schilleriana, so the hybrid that we looked at that was a Cordigera hybrid. It's a hybrid. I think it said it was a schilleriana with a Encyclia cordigera hybrid. So this is one of the parents of that flower that we just spent a little time looking at. Okay, as we're moving down here, I don't know if there's too much to see here. I can stop and we'll look at this. So this is Tainan Gold right here, and all of these plants are Tainan Gold. And it sounded familiar, and the flower looked familiar, so I looked it up, and I do have it. It's bad when you can't quite remember all the plants that you have. And I guess I know what I have, but I guess what I don't quite remember all the time is whether I still have that plant, whether it's still alive or not. And that one is still alive, so I'm happy to have that. Okay, as we're going through here, I want to stop and show you these plants. You know, I didn't think I'd be able to find these because there's not that many, but this is a Encyclia tampensis right here. And as we look here, you can see the tag says Encyclia tampensis. And if you can see, I'm going to have to put this down and put it back. So as we look at the tag a little bit more closely, the JF that's on the tag right there, those are my initials. So these are some of the Encyclia tampensis plants. These are the few that they have left. I guess they sold most of them, and these are the few of from the plants from the flask that I gave them that they have left. So again, lots of, you know, the number of seedlings. I guess what I do want to show you here. So I'm now in kind of a part of their facility where you're allowed to go through. It's not roped off, but a lot of these seedlings are not for sale. And one caught my eye, and I just, because I know them, I'm like, can I buy this? And they say, no, it's not for sale. So there was a hybrid in here, and when they say they're not for sale, that's what it means, not for sale. They wouldn't sell it to me. So I'm a little disappointed, but you know, they're just following the rules. Okay, so the other one, hey, look what else I found. So this is Encyclia altissima right here. So this is another Encyclia species, and if you take a look at this tag, if you go down and take a look at the tag right here, that is JF. Again, those are my initials. So those are for me. So those are some plants that I flashed for them a while ago. These are pretty. This altissima is a little bit slower, much more slower growing than the tampensis, but it's an Encyclia species. So I provided these in flasks to them, and they've apparently done pretty well. Okay, I don't know if I want to show you. Let's just keep on going, maybe down to the end of this row, and we'll go from here. I do want to show you this because this kind of surprised me. So these are Rhincostylus gigantea here, and what surprised me, I mean, they're nice looking plants, and I don't know what color they are, but what surprised me is for a Rhincostylus, that's $35 for that. Now my Rhincostylus I have mounted on the side of my palm tree, and it's doing really well, but I think that's a really reasonable price for a Rhincostylus gigantea. Here's some phals they have. Here is a phal tetrapsis, and actually Tristan said that I should cross one of these phals, and these are fragrant, so this is a species. He said I should cross it with one of those, but get one that is named, so they have named phals here. And again, as we're going through here, this is not for sale, so these are their plug trays. And again, to give you an idea of the volume of what they do and the volume of orchids that they have. So some places that you go to, they simply get cuttings from, or plants from Thailand directly. So they'll get plants that are grown and they're brought into the US and they're bare rooted. These guys make their own hybrids and deflask their own plants and, you know, make their own seedlings and plants to sell. They don't, you know, so they, I won't say they do that all. So these are, as you can see, these they don't do that with. So there are some plants that they bring in, but they do a lot of their own hybridizations, and they don't do flaskings internally, but they have a lot of stuff that they have that's available, and many of these things are their own crosses. All right, I'm going to stop right here, and I think I might be done. If I have to do another one, I'll let you know, but this is right here. I have this. Mine looks a little different from this. So this is Encyclia cordigera, variety is rosea, but it says it's seedlings. So these are seedlings. Mine looks different from this because it is a seedling, and so you're going to get some variability with the different flowers from the seedling. So this is from, it's a different plant right here. But my cordigeras my cordigera is spiking. It's not as far along as these guys, but they do a lot of stuff. They love doing encyclias. And so here's another one right here. You know, they got a lot. There's so much here. And let me just stop here. One of the things that I like is that I asked them specifically about is spots. So I have to see what this is. I might grab one of these to go. So these are seedlings. You know, very reasonably priced, and with seedlings you're going to get a reasonable price. So I might just go through here. I'll have to check my inventory and see whether I have, but these are seedlings from Summer Spot, and I'll have to see what I have and maybe pick up one because you never have enough. All right, so we didn't really take a look at everything, but I think I want to stop right now and either take a break or call it done. All right, so that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed a really quick and brief visit of Palmer Orchids in Bradenton, Florida. You know, come out and visit this. You know, get her early, come out and visit, spend the day. It took me so long just to look and see what they have, and I missed some stuff. I didn't even see Summer Spot. Oh my gosh. Anyway, come out and take a look. The people, the staff here are great, and for me, it's just been a great day so far. All right, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did and you want to keep on seeing them, it would help me out if you can click on like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribing. All right, that's all I have for you today. Again, I hope you enjoyed it, and happy propagating.